All right, collective, how are you today? My beautiful people, welcome back to Intentional Conversations. Okay, let's get into it because, get comfortable, grab your tea, grab your coffee, get your water, whatever you got going on. Because apparently we need to have a little conversation this week because honey, it seems like the topic that we're having this week or the energies that we're having this week. It's about stop forcing what's already shifting. Have you ever knew when you were pushing at something that was already moving, you already see it moving. It may be snail pace, but you want to push it even further. Stop doing that. Somebody already has, I'm pretty sure somebody in the collective who's gonna be hearing this gonna be like, oh my God, where's she going with this now? But stay with me, y'all. Stay with me because what we're dealing with in this collective, um, that you have to have your own sense of discernment. You take what I speak to you today with, leave what doesn't resonate with you, and remember that I may be using some sort of reflective tools. That could be an oracle deck. Mostly that's what I use, but I keep everything Yeshua based. And keep in mind that this week is about intentional conversations. Keep that in mind as I go forward. This is not about predictions. This is just about relational, reflective ideas and maybe how we think and be, but also spiritual, and then aligning it with prayer. So let's get into it. So, what I'm seeing is a lot of energy of judgment coming through this week, a lot of movement coming in through this week, and it's a lot of a major transitioning happening in the collective all at once, and it's a hot goddamn mess. Okay, there's a lot happening out here, y'all. For some of you, you already realize that something has run its course. I see someone at a gas station and they're holding the gas in their hand, but there's no vehicle. Someone could be in some sort of state of, I'm not saying delusion or delusional, but someone may not be fully checked into reality. That's all I'm going to say. And I tell people, when people are checked into the reality, it doesn't have to be loud. It can be subtle. It can be, my partner's coming back one day. That's sometimes some people are not very dramatic. They can be very subtle about it, and you think it's okay. And it's 10 years. They've been saying, oh, he's coming back. She's coming back. We just had to take a break, like a 10-year break. Okay, Mel. So somebody's trying to hold on to something, and the major piece of this picture is missing. Okay. Somebody got the keys to a house, but there's no house. Somebody got the keys, like I said, holding the whole gas for the vehicle. There's no vehicle. Something has ended, but someone hasn't come into full reality check, reality that it is over. Okay. Somebody says, oh, I'm still married, and the ring is on the table, but the person's gone. Okay. So something is going on like that, and somebody's has been maybe just repeatedly going over something over and over and over again to a point where it has created a pattern. And this pattern hasn't really moved now, though. But now we're in August, things are moving. It's gonna say, I'm moving with you or without you, but we're gonna drag you. So you don't want to be dragged out here in these spiritual streets. So it could be a relationship that something is coming to an end with. It could be a friendship, a job, a mindset, an environment, maybe a habit that you've been having. Maybe you're going to stop smoking. Maybe you're going to start working out, whatever it is. Excessive spending on Netflix, whatever it is that you got, that you're getting ready to end something. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It could be something as simple as changing your diet. Okay. Something's coming to an end. And so a lot of us, or maybe there's this one big thing that simply is an old version of yourself. So a lot of you could be changing your whole dynamic and personality. I know for a fact that I can't go back to my old community and treat everybody like they were back in 2018, 2019. I can't walk up to them and think that's the same person today. I mean, I know that a lot of you probably don't. You probably walk up to me and probably think I'm the same person in 2017. I'm like, I don't know who the hell that is. I ain't there no more. I'm a whole new world right now. So I feel like a lot of you are gonna have to reintroduce yourself to people that you probably knew, or no longer know. You're going to meet new people to see the new version of you. So there's a lot of judgment again. I feel a lot of judgment happening. Like people are going to have to learn these lessons, and we're all learning them. There's a lot. I feel like we're being watched by an auditor who is really into compliance, and he goes, that habit is going to cost you this. This is not right. This is not right. It's not saying it's not right, but it's saying, what are these ideas and what are these behavior really working out for you? And this auditor is really placing all the receipts, and you're really having to see yourself in every avenue of your life. Some of the problems is not external but internal. So we have to realize how difficult life has been and how difficult have life been thought in your mind, how difficult life has been externally difficult. Because sometimes people from the outside is causing you difficulties. Everything deals with the mind and the lessons you have learned, okay? How you conduct yourself in private and in person. So a lot of us, you don't want to keep going back to, I call it the school of life, and having to repeat the class over and over and over again. How long and how long are you going to repeat the lesson until you get the lesson? And I feel like a lot of you who go out here and y'all think y'all top tier people, and you don't go through experiences. All of us go through experiences, no matter how successful you may be, how intelligent you may be. But there's a lot of people who think they're smarter than you. And when it comes to certain ways of living life, they want to project that they know how, to come to find out that they're learning major life lessons too. Okay. So again, a lot of us have gotten the lesson. I think a lot of you need to get out of the enrolling in the same class over and over and over again, every single semester, every season. And just because you're familiar with the class doesn't mean you have to keep enrolling in it. Okay. There's things that you need to leave behind. And there's people that may want you to stay in class with them. Okay. Nobody needs to stay in the ninth grade for 8 years. Okay. It's time to grow up. It's time to get out. It's time to elevate your life experiences with no cap, no pun intended. But some of us are so willing to stay wherever you've been for 5 years, trying to understand something when God can show you in 5 minutes. So some of us are asking for answers, and it's been years for the same answer. And literally, you could be trying to solve it all yourself. You could be trying to research, investigate, try to come into your own understanding when if you have prayed or have given it all over to Yeshua, you will have received that answer within 5 minutes. This is not for everybody. Your prayer life is important. Prayer life is your flow. It has to be, you have to spiritually communicate, especially in these times. So I feel like a lot of y'all are asking questions, Lord, what did that mean? If God showed you a sign, you asking questions. You're not asking one question, you're asking 562 questions. Lord, what did it mean? And then you laminate, oh, what did that mean? And 5 days later, oh, Lord, what did that mean? And he showed me something and I just held on to it. Okay. And then I was like, Lord, why did they do me like that? So you start talking to the spirit, you start talking to the Lord. Lord, why should I call them back? Lord, maybe if I explain one more time. And the whole time, the door has been open for a resolution or a letting go. And sometimes you have to stop asking questions, trying to, I call it, wrap your intelligence around it to only let that intelligence be, which is wisdom, and walk forward so that you don't have to hold your life trying to find answers that may not come to you as easily as you thought, or thought you were smarter and you was waiting to, I call it, outsource the intelligence to only find out that you have wasted years in your life trying to either pursue something, hold on to something that may not be valuable to you anymore, or even trying to dominate something that has no power in your authority. It's time for a lot of you to leave that stuff behind, drop your luggage, whatever's in the luggage don't matter, and walk forward. I feel like a lot of you may not get the closure you're expecting right now, especially this week, that a lot of you are needing to see that there's some sort of clarity. This is a sword of truth coming through this week. A lot of sword of truth is coming through this week. And it's definitely giving a very Archangel Michael vibe. I feel like a lot of clarity might not come from the person you are expecting it to get it from. So if any of you guys are having beef with people or maybe a difficult, challenging relationship, maybe a challenging workplace. You may be thinking you be talking to your supervisor, and you may be talking to a coworker, and you may be talking to a manager down the hall. If you're in a relationship, you may not be talking to your spouse. The spouse it may be his mama calling you and saying, "Well, he's not coming back home because he said you did, and you said he did," and you're getting answers from third parties. You may get answers from somebody you didn't expect to get the answer from. You may get your clarity from an outside environment. Okay, I'm not saying a person naturally, but you may get some sort of awareness or information from an outside environment. Okay, and then you're going to be asking yourself, because once you hear something, sometimes you got to go into explanation mode. You've been waiting for somebody to explain something to you. What happened there? Why did they change? Why is something ended so abruptly? Why the opportunity didn't work out? Why the relationship shifted so quickly? Why were you treated a certain way? Why? Sometimes we asking questions. Why are you asking all them questions? But a lot of you really need to say, why did this happen to you? Or what happened to me? Maybe the question is, why do I know? What do I know now that I didn't know before? So that's the key. If somebody comes up to you or you find something from somewhere else, like an email, phone call, text, and it's from an outside source, and you don't know, it explains a lot of what you have missed out on, or it comes into clarity this week or in the next couple of weeks. What you didn't know now. What do you know now that you didn't know before after you come to this realization of truth? Okay? It may not be pleasant. It may maybe because that is wisdom, some sort of wisdom is coming to you. How you handle the wisdom is going to be key. Sometimes closure isn't somebody finally giving you the perfect apology. Maybe they apologize. Somebody's expressed something to somebody else about how they feel, and then that person's coming to you, and it's like an off third party apology. Well, he told me he was sorry, and she told me she didn't mean to do all that. She didn't know it was gonna go that far, and she said that's what it's giving y'all. And so you're hearing from somebody else, and then you have to get up and kind of like walk away. You have to come to terms. You may not got it directly. You may not get the closure you want directly. Somebody has a lot of unfinished business emotionally and relationally, and they're projecting that shit everywhere. Have you ever seen somebody break up and the whole family got to break up too? I mean, it's your friend is single and she's breaking up and she's crying and wooing just like you is because you have projected that unfinished business all over the place. You have splattered that shit all across the wall. And everywhere you go, oh, such and such, and them not having a good time right now. They're going through some shit. Why is everybody knowing it? And everybody but the right person know it. And then the person that needs the closure gets it from a third party or from some other source. So sometimes closure is finally not a perfect apology. So something is coming through where something may be coming to a closure. And you start to see clearly, and then you start to choose differently. Like once you come to terms with it, it's enough. I saw somebody yesterday in a vision. They were in deep thought, and they was looking at something that they really had their heart touched by. Has something it feels close to you in your heart. I'm gonna give an example. During your relationship, you and a person gets in a relationship, and you guys are having a great time in your life. You get married and you decide to get a car. You get a car, you only have one vehicle. And for example, he's paying them the car note, and you have the luxury of driving it like it's your own car. And you driving around all through this relationship. You're having great, you just you whoop, whoop, whoop. And then all of a sudden the relationship starts to feel different. He becomes distance, and the vehicle that you and him had memories in is sitting in the yard. You don't have the keys to it anymore, but you're laminating over the feeling and the connection of the vehicle. Well, that's my car. Well, when it's in his name, that belongs to me. And you may stay in this relationship based on the vehicle, based on that object that you could probably get on your own if you really work for it. And so you hold your life back and in a relationship with someone because of something tangible that you guys shared together in a great time of your life that now no longer holds you together. And so you stay in that relationship, seeing that the relationship is breaking down. You're trying to fix it. You may fix it. You try not to fix it. You try to, you do what you do. Off and on relationships. And then suddenly this person just completely checks out and you're just left standing there with no car. You see the vehicle, you yearn for it. You don't want him no more, but you yearn for that connection of that vehicle. And so you try to claim something that's not yours, even if you shared it together. And so you create challenges. And everybody knows about the situation but you, the closure. He already said to everybody, his mama, she ain't getting it. I'm not giving her the car. That car's in my name. She needs to go buy herself a car. And she's standing there in the middle of an environment where decisions has been made, and she may have heard those decisions. Maybe he told her, I'm not giving you the car. Go buy your own car. I can even take you to a car. Maybe he even took her to a car dealership to go pick a new car. She just chose not to pick it because she was holding her whole codependency on the vehicle that he bought. This is the environment where we are today, where somebody's going to be looking at something, probably holding see somebody at a gas station without a vehicle. But she's in her delusional mindset thinking it's going to be there. The car gone, boo. Him and the car gone. Okay? You had opportunities in your time to get yourself a new vehicle. You chose not to because in your mind, you felt like he owed you. And you wanted that vehicle and the energy that came with it when you was in your happier times. And now that he's gone and the vehicle gone, you're left abandoned. Now you want everybody to feel sorry for you when he gave you 4 or 5 new opportunities to find your own vehicle before you broke up. Because he already saw that it was something ahead that y'all may not make it. So he started to point out vehicles when y'all was in your good mood. He would drive you to the car dealership. Yo, look at that car. Yo, look at that car. Oh, yo, bro, such and such got that car. And you just sit there and held tight to your own feelings. I always tell people, get out your motherfucking feelings, because that's gonna fuck you up. Because as much as you think he's doing you wrong, you do yourself dirty. And so a lot of you are gonna see clearly that reality check is coming ahead. That as a him in the cargo. Okay. So that's an example. Return to peace before you decide. Now there's a lot of people out here that this is a strong moving forward towards greater peace. You have to choose something that may not be perfect. Peace may not be perfect, but peace is there. Okay, it's not perfect, but peace is there. So now you out here want everybody to feel bad because you abandoned out here with no vehicle and you at the gas station holding the gas hand with nobody with no vehicle. And so now you got to come into to a perspective. And I tell people, Yeshua centered perspective. You have to see, okay, what are you paying attention to, and what is it producing in your life? Are you producing peace, being stable? Do you have integrity? Do you have wisdom? And are you clear enough in your life? Clarity in your life and being clear in your life means a big deal. It's a big deal. Because not every closed door needs another conversation. You don't need to be standing at the gas station on your holding up the gas hand and calling him, talking about where the vehicle at. We need to talk about this. You need to bring me the car. No, baby. Not every delay means rejection. You need a new direction. Okay, we need you to put the gas tank down, and we're gonna look at your credit, and we'll get you some savings account, and we're gonna walk you over to this car dealership and get your own vehicle. Because holding on to a connection that bonds you two ain't gonna keep a relationship going. It's not enough. Some of y'all are sick and tired. And I'm using this as an example because there's a lot of issues that y'all can probably point out in your relationships. It could be your work environment. Your boss is an idiot, a nincompoop. Some of these people run multi-million-dollar business and they run it and it's trash. I tell you people, just because they own a big business and it's making money doesn't mean they're a good leader. I've seen some companies that are making really good money and they're a horrible leader. Okay. Success doesn't look, some people's success looks well polished. It may look well polished, but when you see the foundation of it, it's a hot goddamn mess. There's a lot of reality checks coming in regards to that, by the way. Not every uncomfortable transition in your life means you're headed in the wrong direction. So you're standing outside with no car and you're feeling like abandoned by life by now. And so you're saying to yourself, this is what he left me in. No, this is where you left yourself in. He was just a catalyst. So now you are blaming everybody. Okay, my life is ruined and this is what they did to me, blah, blah, blah. No, boo boo. A lot of that was you because there was opportunities for you to go ahead and take care of yourself the way you should have, right? So now we're coming into terms of reality check. We're all getting a reality check out here in different ways. The economy out here is crazy. The rent is crazy. The electric bill has lost their mind because they want to build another data center. So there's a lot of things happening out here, collective. It's not all comfortable. Just because it's uncomfortable don't mean it's wrong direction. So a lot of you are going to go through some sort of transition that may feel uncomfortable because you have to leave something in order to get something. A lot of you have become very used to being in uncomfortable positions for a long time. And now you're getting ready to leave into your peace and you don't know how to act. You're literally holding yourself back against your peace. That's what a lot of y'all doing out here. That's all I'm saying. Do not confuse urgency with divine direction. Just because you're running with your head chopped off, I need to call now. I need to do it now. I need got to. No, 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 no. That don't mean Hillary swat. Don't mean nothing out there. You may want to take your time a little bit, think things through first before jumping into the next resolution. Sometimes somebody needs that one big time. Just because you do not confuse urgency with divine direction. Like you pushing, fast, fast, fast does not mean nothing right now. If you're running around saying, I have to figure this out today, something has to happen right now. I need this answer immediately. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. I'm gonna tell you right now, sit your ass down, have a seat, breathe, pray, get quiet, and allow yourself enough space to discern what actually is happening in your life. Okay? Like first of all, we gotta all decompress. You need somebody to give you wisdom where it's actual factual, Y'all get into this spirituality and y'all get delusional. Yeah, fear makes you rush. Pressure will make you definitely rush. And anxiety, hot mess. It will make you rush even faster. But wisdom can wait long enough for you to see everything clearly. There's a lot of things not working out. We see the pieces of the puzzle. Life in society is changing. Things are crazy expensive now. And everybody has to come to terms and adjustment. I don't. People ask me, I looked at the forecast. I do a lot of intuitive stuff, and I look at the forecast. I was like, rent is going to be astronomical unless something is done about it for America. It's going to be crazy. The rent here in the U.S. is going to be crazy unless somebody do something about it. And I don't think a lot of us are going to be able to keep going into the apartments if they keep going at the rate that I see ahead. Hopefully they'll do something about it because I see something ahead. I'm like, I don't think there's gonna be nobody. The economy ain't gonna make it. The economy ain't gonna make it if it gets towards a certain direction. It's gonna collapse because if they don't get it together, it's gonna collapse. I'm not wishing it harm. I'm saying, oh, it's gonna collapse. They need to get to a solution that's like we're in right now. We're getting a reality check. I'm pretty sure the economy, people who work in the top tiers of the government is getting a reality check. Trump is probably getting a reality check. There's a lot of people in office getting a reality check. They don't see something today or this week and they go be like, holy crap, we're screwed. Literally. We got to do something major. Yes, you do. But breathe first before you take action. That's for the whole collective. So let's talk about that. So, answers may look very practical. It could be a practical solution. A lot of you guys make things very complex for no reason. Some of you guys are waiting for the answer to arrive on a cloud and thunder and lightning and three angels and a trumpet and a billboard sign say, this is your sign. You're doing too much. I want everybody to calm down with their dramatic, okay, I'm exclusive. The heavens stopped for me. You come to me for a reading, you're expecting some kind of amazing, phenomenal wisdom, and I'm literally gonna look at the cards and go, you just need to get 2 light bulbs. And they're like, what? 2 light bulbs? I'm like, honey, it's just that practical. Like, you ain't got no car. You need to go get some light bulbs for your house because electric bill, something. I'm making jokes, but it's something practical, you guys. It's like if she ain't got a car, she needs to go get an Uber. I mean, that's the solution. Like, it's gonna be something practical. Like, go get that used car down the street. Go to Carvana. It's like whatever sign that they're looking for, it's gonna be displayed in a very practical way. Okay. Very practical, nothing dramatic. It could be an email offer. It could be something in the mail. Say, oh, come buy a new car today. You're pre-approved. Like, it could be something simple like that. Or, you go to your neighbor's house and he has a car for sale. Something simple like that. Nothing dramatic. Don't be dramatic, collective. This could be something very practical, a phone call, email, a job opportunity, an introduction, money arrive, a new client or conversation or an idea. Something is being offered with assistance. A practical solution is coming to you. Okay? Don't make it complicated because you're dramatic. Okay? It's simple. And I mean stupid simple. Okay? ABC, simple. All right. The next step is going to become so obvious that you can't deny it. Don't overlook something useful because it didn't arrive in a very dramatic fashion. So a lot of us are going to see some issues that we're going to have to either let go of, tighten up, or just say, hey, we can't go continue down this path. We're going to have to do something much more elevated in order to overcome certain issues. That's the mindset that the collective needs to get into and not get into this, oh, this is very uncomfortable. I'm panicking. I'm doing the most. No, stop panicking and be calm and organize yourself. Think first and then execute. Okay. You'll get everything you need in the next couple of weeks. Okay. So sometimes prayer is actually an opportunity for you to participate in the answer. So prayer is going to be a big deal. This is allowing you to participate in the answer. A lot of you guys are going to excel if you do prayer. Hope is returning to a lot of you. Restoration is happening right now, even though you think it's not happening. But we also have to participate. You have to pray and then take action. So if you're praying about a vehicle, you're going to have to either get a new job or get extra income or go and apply for a car. Okay? Go to the dealership. A lot of y'all need help with guidance. Ask for guidance. Then go to the dealership and ask, hey, how can I get a vehicle? Make the phone call if you have to. A lot of y'all need clarity. Okay, this is what I can do. This is what I can't do. Pay attention to what's actually happening around you for whatever you're asking for, whatever you need, whatever this transition is, this uncomfortable space. Faith doesn't mean the faith doesn't mean we sit comfortably and wait for heaven to do everything. Because a lot of y'all pray and then y'all sit. This is not the time. You pray and you take action. Okay, only God and I trust. Now, God, show me the next steps. When God shows you the next steps, you take action. Don't sit there. Okay, so if I could wrap this up entirely for this whole entire collective reading here, you guys are not required to chase what God is allowing to leave in your life. If something is leaving you in your life, let it leave. Release what has completed its purpose. Return to your peace and pay attention to the practical doorways that's appearing in your life. It's simple, not loud and dramatic. What looks like an ending may simply be a clearing necessary for a healthier beginning for you. Stop resisting your healthier beginning by looking back. And some of you don't need another sign. Not a daggone another sign. You don't need another sign. Don't come to me for some readings and you don't need no sign. I said, baby, why are you coming here? You're just emotional anxiety filled. You just paid me this money, but I appreciate it, but okay. Let's get it together. You need permission to move. Y'all looking around talking about, should I move? Should I move? Bitch, yes, move. Get yourself together. Elevate. So a lot of y'all need to go forward. Move forward. Pray. Move forward. Take action. Take appropriate action. Don't be clueless. Don't be praying and staying. I always tell people, don't be praying and staying in what you're trying to leave. Okay? Something ain't working out. It's leaving you. Let it leave. Don't be reckless. This is not time to be reckless. This is not time to be fearful. This is not time to be bitter. This is come together and get it together. You may have to do something with other people intentionally to get through something. Okay? So in my closing prayer to the collective, Yeshua, thank you for wisdom, clarity, protection, and peace. Help every person receiving this message today what has completed its purpose without fear. Give them discernment to recognize what belongs in their next season and courage to walk away from what does not. Bring clarity where there has been confusion, peace where there has been pressure, provisions where there have been uncertainty, and when the next doorway appears, help them recognize it without fear, causing them to retreat into what's familiar. Do not go back to familiar. May every step forward be covered in wisdom, integrity, grace, and Christ-centered discernment. Amen. And all rights. Okay, so, well, y'all beautiful people, this is the end of our intentional conversation for this week. And listen to me. If you spend this entire episode saying, okay, Sheila, I need somebody to help me sort out through my situation, I hear you. If you're in a season where you need additional clarity, encouragement, intentional reflection, or spiritual support, you can explore my current offerings through Instagram or my website, Elevate Your Life Experiences. Visit me at EYLEofficial.com to explore what currently is available and then find the offerings that ranks for you for the season. If you want a reading, you got to hit me up on Instagram. That's EYLE.alignment on Instagram. And while you're there, stay connected with me because I will have continual conversations, intentional living, spiritual growth, restoration, clarity, and navigating life-changing seasons. If this message helped you, share it with somebody else that needs it too. Remember, restore, reflect, renew, rise. I am Sheila with EYLE. This has been your intentional conversation. I see you on the next one. And until then, stop forcing what's already shifting. If it's leaving, let it go. If it's not doing you no more good, it's time for you to move forward. Pray and move forward. You got the lesson. Do not repeat the same class or the same semester again. Bye, y'all. Peace out.